Are you ready?
Man, that is going to be a slobber knocker of a game right there.
In all my time, I don't remember somebody scoring 4.
Yeah, if I use the word jetapult, it's actually a word. People don't realize it.
Right. Good try. No soup for you.
Trey, go get you some wax beans and
Some back soup for the deli, I know.
yeah, go get you some wax beans and have
Trey,
a good day, man. First downs for Central Clay for 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. Roll call with a spidget.
Roll call. A spidget.
Spidget.
A spidget.
A spidget. Kept coming after you. Who's that, babe?
That's the scene from Rocky.
We don't need that kind of man in our life. You know who they talking about now, don't you?
Who's that?
Georgia.
Oh. Well, they don't have to worry about it.
The committee,
They don't
just
have to
like
worry about
Rocky 2 and that scene with Apollo Creed,
They don't have to worry about it.
they just kept on coming, man.
Oh,
What
yeah.
a game, dude. What a game.
Unbelievable. I'm going to tell you what. And before we get going here, let's recognize our sponsors that pay for us to be on the air.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
Old Barn Restaurant in Goshen. Guess where I had lunch today?
Old Barn. I mean,
Old Barn Restaurant, Goshen, Alabama. It was good. Turner Mowing. Call Blake Turner for winter specials. Alabama Real Estate Connections. Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Dr. Steve Barron out on 231 headed towards Brundage. What all does he work on?
he'll work on snakes, monkeys, and spiders.
Did you get that snake that you put on Facebook today?
Man, I got to tell you, that was a big old rattlesnake.
In December.
In December. I'll tell you about it later in a second, man.
Don't take the rattlesnakes to Steve Barron. He don't work on snakes. If anybody's got one of those big yellow snakes, what do you call them? Pythons?
Pythons.
Those blonde yellow snakes. I want to take one out there and tell him it's pregnant or something. We need to work on it. Crease Agency, Pig Cafe. Hey, you need to go call Yanni now. You got all these people coming to your house for Christmas. You don't need to be cooking everything. You don't need to be cooking the dressing. You don't need to be doing the rolls. You don't need to be doing all those desserts. Let Yanni at the Pig Cafe, 770-0134.
I had everything ready to do his commercial.
Yanni's?
Yeah, that's where I'm breaking dishes and stuff.
Yeah.
We got to do that.
Yanni's got a new commercial coming.
Yeah, we got a new commercial
We
coming.
got some new commercials. I hope y'all been enjoying the new commercials on Facebook. We're going to run a couple of them here tonight. But
sadly, the girls off the
beach with the good-looking girl has cycled out. We got new ones now, so everybody, I'm sorry.
You just have to look at us.
Deep South Apparel. Hey, well, I got on my Nike Deep South Apparel shirt on tonight. Thank you, Pete Van Horn, for your sponsorship. Hey, he screen print anything you need.
Yeah, he does all the.
Give him a call. Hey, ex Charles Henderson quarterback and great baseball pitcher and player, hitter. And give Pete a call in Montgomery. He can do all your bulk printing on your shirts and stuff. Severa, Ralph, Baker, Hastings, and Reeves, attorneys at law. Patsy Gibson, Crows of Brundage.
Oh, man. Get some crows.
How you like my Santa Claus, man?
I like that, man.
Don't
What's that he's holding? A grenade?
That's the list.
Oh,
in a bag.
It looks like a grenade. Yeah.
Don't tell Michelle I took that off the mantle coming over here.
Probably get in trouble.
Just prop. Patsy Gibson, Crows of Brundage. Best Crows chicken, just like the old days. All-Star Collision, Derek Bell, thank you for sponsoring our show. Any kind of collision needs, they paint your vehicle. They paint anything. Go see them at All-Star Collision. Jason Jones with Jones Medical, the official oxygen of the Charles Henderson Trojans, the Troy Trojans, the Pike Lib Patriots, everybody in Troy. He's the official oxygen of anything in Troy.
Oh, yes.
Go see Jason Jones at Jones Medical. Health Actions out by Zaxby's. You got a choice when you go to your physician and he prescribes or she prescribes physical therapy. Tell them you want to go to Health Actions out by Zaxby's and best medical rehab you can find in town. The UPS store, hey, they do more than shipping.
A lot of Christmas stuff coming around.
That's right. They do your printing. They got P.O. boxes with real addresses. They can do all your computer work for you and bulk printing. I'm talking boxes and boxes of printing. You got stuff that needs printing, go see them. They're a huge printing company as well, not just a shipping company. Hooks Barbecue. Man, them ribs. Tell you what. Marco's Pizza, Pike County Ford, Southern Roots Restaurant. Let me tell you something. Wally, how about them green beans?
You know what's cool about that place?
What?
The plates.
Oh, I love it.
When I go in there, I think of when I'm in elementary school.
That's right. If you hadn't tried the new Southern Roots Restaurant, it's out where the old country kitchen used to be. Hey, for about $10, you get a meat and 3. If you ain't full, they'll give you another little serving. They will.
They will?
Yeah. If you say, man, that wasn't quite enough, they'll bring you another piece of meatloaf.
Oh, my
Yes. Man, they got the best tea in town, too. Southern Roots out on 231. Preston Steakhouse.
Had it last night.
Did they deliver it?
They delivered the bad boy.
They delivered mine yesterday, too,
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
Call Preston's. What other steakhouse that's got a steak as good as his?
I watched the Alabama-Georgia game.
And
And a steak, a potato, just sitting there, just living it large.
Quick fix deliveries.
Quick.
Send it to you. Is your
Quick
phone
fix.
ringing?
No, it says something breaking news. Packers fire
Mike.
Mike McCarthy.
Oh, well, he needed to be gone.
All right.
He got the best quarterback in the league, and they can't win.
Oh, yeah.
Preston Steakhouse delivered by Quick Fix Deliveries. Give them a call. Hey, 267-7100. Anything you want delivered, they'll bring it to you.
If you
And
need a screwdriver.
even if you need a screwdriver. That's right.
Call.
Go to Lowe's, get me a screwdriver. Done. They'll deliver anything. All your fast food restaurants, all your big-time restaurants, they'll deliver anything. But, hey, they specialize in delivering Preston's. Good stuff. Troy Eye Care. Troy Eye Center right out here on 87. Go see them. Tori Stone Baking. Go see Tori. 806-8620. Baking cakes, all kind of cakes. Let's
Christmas
see.
time.
Pound cakes, chocolate cakes, caramel cakes, strawberry cakes, peanut butter cakes, red velvet cakes, butternut, lemon cheese. $25 homemade cake. How about that strawberry cake we ate the other night?
That was delicious,
Woo!
baby.
Call Tori Stone for your Christmas baking.
You didn't leave me now.
I actually ended up taking it to the office.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Oh, man, they scarfed it down, talking about how
I
good it
bet
was.
so.
Wally, the touchdown Jesus is in, and the football committee has spoken, and we got a top 4.
We got top 4. But
Do you agree with the top 4?
We don't, but before we get to the top 4, before we do,
All right.
we got to tell the viewing audience.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not
7 o'clock tomorrow night.
If you're not downtown Troy to watch this Christmas parade, for much work as Neal and I have put in this for our costumes, we're going to be disappointed. It's supposed to be nice weather.
I know.
We're
We're going to win that bad boy.
We're going to win it, man.
Call whoever you got to call. Vote for Sports Chat with Neal and Wally.
Cause let me tell you something, man.
Christmas parade tomorrow night. Me and Wally, we're going to be handing out candy canes. Go ahead.
I got our golf cart. We worked on it this afternoon, about 2 hours. Thanks to Brian
Meadows and James Sparrow for helping.
And Holly was out there for a little
Blake.
bit. And Blake. And Bailey came by. Man, it's decked out. I bet we got 2,000 lights.
Oh, yeah.
And I got my cousin Eddie outfit. Neal's gonna be Clark.
Yep.
Oh man, it's going.
We're coming, man. We got a little music. We're going to play on the golf cart.
Oh, it's gonna be blaring. Okay. You got to think about the scene when Cousin Eddie is out there next to his RV,
emptying the sewer, the feces into the sewer.
So what we did was we looped
the crapper's full.
The crapper's full, but we looped that song of a polka type
tuba
playing. Oh, it's great, man.
We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, it's great. Anyway, hey, come out tomorrow night.
We may not be invited back to the next Christmas parade.
Hey, but we're going to win, man.
Sports Chat with Neal and Wally is in the parade tomorrow night, 7 o'clock downtown. Ho, 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 it's Christmas time. And we want everybody to join in on the Christmas cheer. I'm glad you thought of that. I've done forgot. We've been going past. Yeah. But we'll be in the Christmas parade tomorrow night, looking really forward to it. But like I was saying,
it's in.
Touchdown Jesus is in and UCF is not. What do you think, Wally?
I don't like that. I don't like what they did to Georgia.
You don't like what they did to Georgia?
No.
Top 4. Alabama's number 1, Clemson's number 2, Notre Dame's number 3, and Oklahoma slips by Georgia to pull in at number 4. Wally, Georgia's got 2 losses. Oklahoma's got 1. Oklahoma was able to beat the team that gave them the 1 loss.
Just like the intro of the Rocky scene.
Yeah.
That team took the number 1 team in America
to the wire.
To the wire.
They did.
They did. Hey, they didn't just.
That's right.
Beat them. They beat them like a pup.
But
what? Notre Dame sat home and ate cotton candy.
I know,
and played tiddlywinks.
But in the middle of the season, they had a brain fart, and they let the guard down, and LSU beat them by 22. So how many losses is that on their schedule?
That gives you 2, but there's other.
Oklahoma is the conference champion. Now, if Georgia would have beat LSU like Oklahoma come back and beat Texas, that might be different, but they didn't. They got beat in their conference championship game. Now, I'm not saying that I don't personally think Georgia's one of the top 4 teams in the nation, because I do. I'm just saying, if I was on that committee, I'm not so sure I wouldn't have put Oklahoma in there as well. But, you know, it's a playoff. The playoff started early. It started at the SEC championship game. The playoff started last night, and Alabama eliminated Georgia. That's the first round of the playoffs.
Okay, but I'm gonna go with our good friend Jeff Ellis.
All right, go ahead.
When you read Jeff Ellis on his Facebook, Jeff's pretty smart when it comes to football picking, and all that, and he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah,
he had made a couple comments in the past. I mean, you cannot have a team in this dadgum top 4 that has no defense. Oklahoma, Neal, has absolutely no defense. None.
Well, they fired their defensive coordinator, Mark Stoops. I think it was game 7 or game 6. And the defensive statistics have gotten a little better. They've scored some defensive touchdowns here in the last 4 or 5 games. And now I'm not saying they're playing great defense. I'm just saying their defense is trending in the right direction versus what you're talking about the first 5-6 games. Wow, it was awful.
Well, I mean, the committee, when they sit down and they're talking and they're looking at
body of work, they're
looking at everything.
That's the phrase they kept saying. The guy that's speaking on behalf of the committee, body of work, and all that is he's covering his bases, saying they had 2 losses and they didn't. Body of work.
And I'm no Georgia fan, but after watching that game, I mean, it was truly.
Well, they put it on the line, no doubt.
It was truly. If that's who I would put in that top 4, it's just guaranteed. Yeah. Those guys gave their heart.
Well, everybody's got their own opinions, and that's why they got a committee.
And I'll go ahead and say it. And I know I got a lot of Catholic friends who are going to beat me up on this, but Notre Dame shouldn't even be in the dadgum picture.
Because they're independent, or because they're scheduled?
They're scheduled and they're independent. And if you want to sit home and eat cotton candy and dip a couple cans of Copenhagen stuff, hey, so be it. While everybody else is on the gridiron, popping.
Get with another chance to lose.
Yeah, they had that, man. I'm telling you. They sat there with a pizza party last night.
Yep. You're right. I mean, I somewhat agree with you, but I can also see the other side.
Well, I congratulate you on making the picks before it came out.
I did, this morning. Wally and I put what we thought would happen when the committee spoke at lunch, and I got it right. And that was my thought.
I had one wrong.
You got one wrong to Georgia. But, And, hey, we know that Alabama plays Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl on December the 29th. And Clemson plays Notre Dame in the Cotton Bowl, also on December 29th. They'll play back-to-back.
Yeah, you know what I meant to ask you when we were doing our prep? What time are those games?
One's at 4 and one's at 8, and they haven't decided which is which yet.
They have not decided.
And how do they decide that? Money?
I don't know if it's money or sponsorships. Let me ask this:
one's at 4 o'clock and one's at 8 o'clock. I do know that.
Before they even put the line out, what do you think Alabama, Oklahoma come to?
Alabama will be favored by double digits, be 12.5, 13.5.
What about Clemson? The same with Notre Dame.
Clemson will be close to double digits, 10.5, maybe 11.
All right, well, time out. Why do you want a dadgum playoff game with a double-digit favorite?
That's who we got to
that's,
deal with. I
didn't
say I wanted it to be double digits.
I'm just telling you. The committee out there, I mean, heck.
Okay, so you're saying how many point favorites for Alabama over Georgia? Come on. 13?
13 and a half.
Oh, double digits. What would it be if they played again?
I bet Georgia would be dadgum favorite.
No, come on.
Well, I mean, it'd be like 3 or 4. But I'm just saying, that's why I wanted your opinion.
Hey, Ohio State, UCF, and Georgia, they're all looking back on their seasons now, trying to figure out what happened. Ohio State had a brain fart, lost to Purdue. You're out. Georgia lost to LSU. You're out. UCF, the quality of work throughout the year. Yeah, you won 24 straight. That is so commendable. But you did not play the big boy football teams, and that's what kept you out. We'll take our first break. We'll be right back.
Wally, what are you doing with these Christmas lights, man?
Oh, man, I'm putting up these lights, man, and one of them's done gone out, man.
Hey, man, one goes out, they all go out. Oh, I'm talking about, man. Hey, you need to call 267-7100. Quick Fix Delivery. They'll run and get you a new replacement bulb for $5 delivery cost.
Hey, I'm hungry, too. Can they help me out there?
Call Preston's. They'll even deliver Preston's for $5 delivery fee. Preston's Food.
It's pretty good.
Hey, The twinkly, Clark, the twinkly ones are not twinkling.
I mean, what are you doing with my lights?
I'm in the wrong house.
This ain't even your house. Unbelievable.
Hey, Neal, what's going on, brother?
What are you doing with that wood?
Oh, man, my neighbor's out of town, so I'm going to fire me up a barbecue pit right here.
Wait. I don't think this is a barbecue pit.
Yeah, it is a barbecue pit. I'm hungry, man, so I'm going to make some barbecue.
Haven't I told you, call Hooks Barbecue, 808-8008, for all your barbecue needs. Go through the drive-thru, get you some ribs, get you some barbecue. What are you doing at James Sparrow's house? This is not a barbecue.
I think it's a barbecue grill.
That is not a barbecue grill. All your catering needs when your family comes home, 808-8008, Hooks Barbecue. They'll handle all your barbecue needs.
Wally, what you working on there? Oh, man, I'm working on this yard bird right here. Man, Neal, this paint.
That chicken.
Man, this paint's going to the loo, brother.
Now, you know where you can get some good chicken like that fried up on the bone?
I don't know, man, but I'm getting hungry.
The Old Barn Restaurant in Goshen, Alabama. Give them a call, 484-3200. Why, they got quail, catfish, hamburger steak, shrimp, seafood, and free cheese biscuits with your dinner. They're open Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, and lunch after church. Wally, this thing looks pretty good. Are you through with this? I didn't mean to mess it up. I'm sorry.
Man, what in the world? You just dang T-boned me right here. What in the heck? Playing with fidget spinner?
Wally, did you have a wreck?
Mr. Wally?
Man, this girl right here playing with this fidget spinner, texting on the phone to T-bone me right here in the parking lot. I was about to go pay my speeding ticket.
Right here at the police station?
Yeah.
Well, luckily at the police station, we can just call All-Star Collision, 808-8822. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm sorry. Can I have the fidget spinner back?
Yeah, you can
Please,
have it.
Mr. Wally.
All she's worried about is a fidget spinner. Call All-Star Collision for all your accidents. 808-8822.
You can't.
Man, that is good stuff right there.
That is Elton John.
No. Come on, man. You belong to the city.
Sounds like the Eagles.
It is, but it's not. It's Glenn Fry.
Glenn Frey.
Yep. He's not with us anymore.
Yep. Great artist.
You belong to the city. Hey, the SC championship game, we've been talking about it. Alabama comes from behind and wins 35-28. Wally, I heard this on ESPN this afternoon. Nick Saban is 16-0 against his old assistant coaches. 16-0. That's strong now. You think somewhere he'd slip up.
He's got some good lineage on that apple tree.
And them limbs are growing.
Yeah, they sure are.
And somebody's going to get him, but right now he's 16-0.
Neal, let's talk a little bit about Tua. That's the big conversation. But I want to tell the fans that watch our show, if you got kids, and I saw this all on Facebook this weekend, if you want to see about somebody that's got determination and has heart and goes through when they have adversity and problems with self-esteem, you need to look at Jalen Hurts, because let me tell you something, that kid's pride, you can just tell it was hurt last year when they played Georgia in that national championship game and got replaced by Tua. And for him to come in on that fourth quarter, incredible, just incredible.
Yeah. Cold, not warmed up.
Yeah, not warmed up. And I know you'll get to that in just a little bit. To go back to Tua, but I just had to say that out front. But Tua, man, just your heart goes out. I think the kid just tries so hard sometimes.
Yeah.
There was a couple, like the first drive of the series. I mean, good gracious, man. You throw that ball away, you don't take a sack and get you.
Well, adrenaline was pumping, just.
Unbelievable. But let me ask you, do you think that's going to hurt his chances for the Heisman?
No.
You don't think so?
Just 3 bad quarters out of the whole year.
That's what.
And they weren't terrible. They just weren't his best.
But the talking heads, man.
It was 28-21. I mean, it wasn't like the game was lost.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like that Alabama still didn't have a shot when he got hurt. It was 28-21.
Well, again, it wasn't his best game. He threw 2 interceptions, missed some easy throws, very uncharacteristic. But again, Hurts came in, and like we talked about in prep, Jalen was probably, 80%, maybe?
That'd be a good.
After a high ankle sprain surgery.
80%, that'd be a good shot at it. Yeah, 80.
Incredible. But again, Hurts he's 7 for 9 for 82 yards, a huge TD in the air, and he also scrambled and hit Waddle. That Waddle, man, incredible
Yes,
receiver.
he is. He really is.
Incredible receiver.
True 5-star freshman.
Then he rushed the ball 5 times, 28 yards, and plus with the 15-yard TD. And, man, I went nuts when he made that TD.
Yes.
Blake was on the couch.
Well,
they
about decapitated him at the 2-yard line.
Well, I know it wasn't a bad hit.
But it was it was nasty.
It just looked nasty.
Yes,
but, man, he pulled the old, Superman thing.
He did the old cam.
Oh, my goodness. But what's your take on some of this Georgia stuff? Well, go ahead.
Well, finishing up Tua and Jalen. Tua, let's just put it like it's simple. It's simply Jalen came in and saved the game.
Oh, he did.
Point blank. Jalen came in and saved the game. It happened to be the same team. It happened to be at the same stadium as the national championship game last year. And so it was just a storybook ending. Storybook. You can't write a movie no better than that.
And I'm going to tell you, Neal, and this, I'll go to my grave with this. If he would have been a sour person and walked off that field and transferred, Bama does not win that game, folks.
I put that on Facebook last night.
Yeah, Bama does not win that game without Jalen Hurts.
They don't.
How? I mean, you talking about Alabama.
What a story! What a story, man!
Gosh, man.
What a story! Wally, the Georgia fans are all out on social media, on Twitter and Facebook, and they're all screaming that Kirby Smart lost the game for Georgia by going for it on 4th and 11 up near midfield on a fake punt. And Alabama had their what we call safe defense out there, which is pretty much just a basic defense formation. They weren't fooled. They lost yardage on the fake. I mean, it was awful. They had no reason faking that ball on 4th. I could see on 4th and 4 or 4th and 3 or maybe 4th and 5 at midfield, and catch them off guard. But, hey, when you see a base defense or a safe defense out there, you call timeout. And you say, hey, we ain't faking.
Yeah, I wonder, do you think...
I think that may have cost Georgia the game because that game was going into overtime.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Do you think, and Blake and I mentioned this, do you think at the line of scrimmage that halfback that was the blocking back saw something out there and they practiced it in practice?
No, it was a call.
They hit their leg and hey, we're going for the fake.
Those are the fakes you're talking about on 4th and 1 when the normal up back is in the game. This was the backup quarterback. Number one.
They look like a bunch of Legos falling down.
The head coach and the special teams coach ran the backup quarterback out there to protect the punter. It was a fake from the sidelines.
Do you know what I saw?
And it cost them the game because they may have lost in overtime, but the game was going to overtime.
Hey, do y'all remember when you'd watch Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Yeah.
And at the end, they catch the villain, and they're saying it's Mr. Winkle, but they pull the hat off, the head off. Well, I saw on Facebook they pulled Kirby Smart's head off.
Gus.
No, it was Mark Rich.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who comes up with this stuff?
Yeah.
Who comes up with it? Unbelievable. But, hey, man, also on the game, we got to talk about our good buddy Dave Bush. Let me tell you, Dave Bush.
Dave Bush, you're famous.
Dave Bush is a Troy legend. He has been our trainer for Charles Henderson for just eons and eons.
Yes.
Has a bunch of state championship rings. Dave is originally from Eufaula, Alabama, but he made Troy proud when somebody in the stand took a picture of this, and I've seen it all over Facebook, all over social media. And what I was going to tell you, what was cool was when they were in the corridor of the stadium, Sean Alexander came up to
and gave him praise.
And they were praying, and there was a guy back there saying, "Go, you got to go, you got to go." Man, how strong is that, man?
That is.
But Dave, what I really should have put on there was Ric Flair.
Yeah, I saw that picture on Facebook.
Ric Flair is me and Neal's favorite wrestler. Well, we love him,
Woo!
But there's a Diamond Dave.
Good job, Dave Bush.
Ric Flair. But anyway, Dave, we had to give you a shout out there. But what a good guy. Thanks for all he does for Charles Henderson, all the sports here in Southeast Alabama.
That's right. Wally, just run over some stats real quick, some Alabama stats. Tua was 10 of 25 for 164 yards and 1 touchdown in the air. He did have 2 interceptions. Josh Jacobs ran the ball 8 times for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. Damian Harris ran it 9 times for 52 yards. Najee Harris chipped in 4 carries for 15 yards. As a team, Minus the sack yardage, Bama rushed the ball 26 times for 178 yards and 3 touchdowns. Receiving, Waddle led the way with 4 catches, 113 yards. Ruggs, D. Smith, Judy, and Irv Smith all had 3 catches each. And the stats weren't gaudy, but, hey, they won the game and they got the W.
Run the ball, Jeremy. Hey, Neal, here's some Georgia stats. Jake Fromm was 25 for 39, 311 yards, 3 TDs, folks, with no interceptions. That's huge.
Boy, was he impressive or what?
Oh, man, he was on.
I think he's going pro.
Yeah.
I think he's going pro.
I really do. DeAndre Swift ran 16 times for 75 yards and TD. Elijah Holyfield, which is Holyfield's son, he ran it 14 times, 60 yards. Stanley once for 12 yards. Simmons once for 2 yards, minus the sack yardage for Georgia. They ran it 35 times for a total of 155 yards and 1 TD. Receiving on the Georgia side, Isaac Nala at the tight end had 4 huge catches for 81 yards and a TD. DeAndre Swift had 6 catches in the backfield for 63 yards and a TD. Riley Ridley, is he kin to any Ridleys we know?
Brother that played at Alabama. Now he's with Atlanta.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. I was wondering something about that. He had 4 catches, 48 yards, and a TD. Holman, Hardman, and Warner had 2 catches each, and Gowan had 3 as well for 24 yards. Neal, Cook, and Simmons also had to catch 9 different players during the entire game. Incredible. That's really moving around there, Hoss. 9 different people called. I mean, he's going pro. Yeah. He's cashing in, man. Money talk. He could come back and tear his shoulder up next year. Look at, what was the running back at South Carolina? Lattimore. Came back. Lattimore came back, tore his knee up. I mean, I think Fromm's out of there. Wally, there were some other games and notes, too, besides the SEC Championship this weekend. Oh, what? I didn't know. I was just curious.
Hey, Bill Snyder retired.
I know, my nephew, Tyler.
I know Tyler Mitchell, Lowry Mitchell, son, plays guard for Bill Snyder at Kansas State, and we tried to contact Tyler, but they're under a gag order right now about the coaching situation, so he can't call. Yeah, and he may come in a couple weeks. It'll be during probably our Christmas show when he comes home for Christmas. Yeah. He's going to come sit in and just chat with us a little bit. That's pretty neat. Also, this afternoon, it hit the wire that Jim McElwain is going to be the coach at Central Michigan. Sometimes Troy ends up playing them in bowl games. Yeah. So Alabama and Florida connection there with Jim McElwain. And old Terry Bowden, the old Auburn coach, got the axe this afternoon for the Akron Zips. Bowden is out of there.
How do you get fired from Akron Zips?
I don't know.
How does that happen?
Mel Tucker, the defense coordinator at Georgia, which we broke on Facebook pretty much before anybody else did, is probably going to be the next head coach at Colorado. And Paul Johnson, the wishbone expert, is out at Georgia Tech. Where will he land? He going back to a military school?
Could be.
Could be.
Who's going to take that spot?
I don't know. They're just tired of wishbone. That's a big time money job. Oh yeah. Ain't no doubt. I don't know who gets that.
Sunbelt coach?
I don't think Neal Brown. I don't think Neal Brown will go to Georgia Tech. We got Neal Brown another year. You heard it right here. Neal Brown stays. We got him for at least another year, hopefully 2 or 3 more. Neal Brown likes his job here.
Okay. You heard it from Neal.
There you go. What you got? Number 6.
I got UAB gets a rematch with Middle Tennessee and gets to win the Captain Conference USA Championship after only being back, Neal, 2 years. How incredible is that, brother?
Back playing football for 2 years and they win Conference USA.
Unbelievable.
Now, keep in mind, Middle Tennessee beat them pretty good the last week of the season. How good a coaching job did Bill Clark do to take that film, break it down, bring the kids in the locker room and say, we did this wrong, and we did this wrong. Now let's go out on the practice field and fix it and go win the championship game. And that's exactly what they did. Bill Clark.
I make a prediction.
Is he going to Georgia Tech?
Georgia Tech. Bill Clark goes to Georgia Tech. You heard it here from Wally Lowry.
There you go.
Hey, Clemson rolls over Pitt. Just a snooze game, 42-10. To win the ACC wasn't even nothing in question.
It was never in question.
Atini ran 156 yards, 2 TDs. Clemson has beaten 8 straight opponents, 20 skins or more.
Yep.
Oklahoma gets revenge, 39-27 over Texas. Wasn't a bad game, man.
No, it was tighter than 39-27.
Yeah, it was a lot tighter game. Oklahoma's 4th straight Big 12 championship Kyler Murray was 25 for 34 for 379 yards and 3 TDs.
Which will get him a spot beside Tua in New York.
Yeah, exactly. And then Ohio State beats Northwestern 45-24 and wins. The Big Ten, Haskins had 499 yards and 5 TDs. That's throwing the
Yes, sir. And that gets him a seat by Tua in New York. What about UCF, Wally?
My team comes from behind.
They were down.
Yeah, I got to give some loving to that. Called my cousin Kim Thin. She hits us up on Facebook. She hits us. She's from Orlando. She watches us sometimes. But they were down 24-7 at one point. They come back to win 56-41. Backup QB Darryl Mack Jr. plays well enough for UCF to stay undefeated.
Although they came out ranked 8th today at lunch.
Disappointing. I just think they.
App State wins the first ever Sun Belt Championship 30-19 over Louisiana. Scott Satterfield, the head coach of App State's rumored to be on the move to a bigger school. Georgia Tech, Louisville, who knows?
Yeah, you can't win in Boone, man, unless you got. I don't think they must pay the refs or something.
We'll be right back. Let's take another short break.
Hey, Neal, man, look at this feral cat I found outside. This thing's wild, man. Look at this. I don't look like a wild feral cat to me. It's got a bow around its neck. No, it's wild. And you're going to take that thing out to Dr. Steve Barron at Southern Animal Pet Hospital Resort and get that thing checked out, man. They can put a microchip in there and everything and see if it's a real feral cat or a wild cat. Oh, you think it's wild, though? It looks wild. 770-1838, Dr. Steve Barron. Go get that cat checked out. Banana pudding right there. Southern roots, man. That's some good food. Wally, what are you doing out there, man? I just ran 10 miles. Come get some of this banana pudding. Did you leave me some? It's the best banana pudding we've ever had, man. Hey, Southern Roots, they're open Sunday through Friday for lunch. It'll be the best banana pudding you've ever had. Man, I'm glad you made it. How far did you walk? 10 miles. Come all the way from Brundage? Yes. Come on, let's go eat. Yes, sir. Hey, Neal. Man, you all right? What have you done now? Man, I fell off the roof, man. What are you, stapling lights up there? Yeah, man, I'm hurt bad this time. You back? Yeah, I might need a cane, man. Oh, my God, a scooter, too? Yeah, they got scooters at Jason Jones' place. And call Jason Jones, the official oxygen of all Troy. Jason Jones at Jones Medical. Go see them, give them a call. They will hook you up with all injuries, everything. Wally, you fell off this ladder? Yeah, I did. Jason Jones, Jones Medical. Man, I done went and got me some Crow's chicken down in Brundage. Wally, this is Crow's chicken. Look at this sauce I got. Oh, man. This is a nugget snack from Brundage Crow's. This is the real Crow's with the real chicken nuggets like the old time. Big, thick, juicy, fried perfectly, just like the old days. And Crow's and Brundage, give them a call, 735-3005. I'm fixing to look at that. Hey, put them on Armstrong. Where? What's man, give them a call. Brundage Crow's. They cater. They even got fried catfish on Friday nights.
Iron Maiden, man. I told you I was going to put it. I put Iron Maiden Alabama thing on there.
I saw that. That wasn't me on Facebook with the Iron Maiden. Yeah, at least play some music somebody can understand what they say.
Oh, Iron Maiden's from England.
Not Megadeth.
That's not me. That's Iron Maiden. When Iron Maiden is from England and they pick Alabama to win, that's how big Alabama is. Hey, we had a question from one of our viewers, Mr. Kevin Bryan, and he said that he was Fromm really going to be able to transfer?
No,
go pro when you have to be a junior. And I think what Neal and I were talking about, I think it's just you have to play for 2 years.
Yeah. You got to play for 2 years. It could be your freshman and sophomore year, and you can go. But I don't think it's a classification in your school. I don't think they care about the classification. You just have to be on the team for 2 years.
2 years.
And I believe that's right.
Yeah, we'll
double check it and put it on Facebook later.
Anybody that's got a good question there. Hey, anytime you got questions you want to ask us, call us. Yeah. 670-0052. We'll chit chat.
Quick roll call on college scores. Oklahoma 39, Texas 27, Virginia Tech 41, Marshall 20, South Carolina 28, Akron 3. That's what got Bowden fired. UAB 27, Middle Tennessee 25, Stanford 33, Cal 13, Alabama 35, Georgia 28, Ohio State 45, Northwestern 24, Northern Illinois 30, Buffalo 29.
Appalachian State 30, Louisiana 19, Iowa State 27, Drake 24. Didn't you know there was a college called Drake? North Carolina State 58, East Carolina 3, Liberty 52, Norfolk 17, UCF 56, Memphis 41, Fresno State 19, Boise State 16, Clemson 42, Pitt 10, and Washington 10, Utah 3, which I will add this, Neal, Pac 10. God bless them. Will they ever get in the conversation of being in the top 4 college playoffs?
I don't know. Will they? Will they?
Hey, and they are kind of like the granddaddies of football. You know, you think of UCF. Right. USC, Cal, Stanford. Those are some very old teams.
Yeah.
And they're not even in the conversation. Sadly.
No. Hey, we got the bowl list, and we just want to read over these real quick. This is kind of like when we tell you the games coming up for the next week. Well, we're just going to read the bowl games.
Hey, we're going to have a pizza contest, Marco's Pizza.
On the bowl and on the Super 7.
Super 7.
And we're going to have a bowl pick contest.
We're going to have a bowl pick contest.
That's right. December 15th, Air Force Bowl, North Carolina A&T versus Alcorn State. The New Mexico Bowl is also on December 15th. North Texas at Utah State. All these are on the 15th. The Auto Nation Kier Bowl, Tulane versus Louisiana. Las Vegas Bowl, Fresno State versus Arizona State. The Camellia Bowl, Georgia Southern versus Eastern Michigan. The R&L Carriers Bowl in New Orleans, Middle Tennessee versus Appalachian State. And on December the 18th, the Boca Raton Bowl, UAB versus Northern Illinois. On the 19th, the DXL Frisco Bowl, San Diego State versus Ohio. On the 20th, the Bad Boys Mowers Bowl. I like that one.
I like that.
Marshall versus South Florida. On the 21st, the Bahamas Bowl, Florida International versus Toledo. The Idaho Potato Bowl, Western Michigan versus BYU. On the 22nd, in the Birmingham Bowl, Memphis versus Wake Forest. The Armed Forces Bowl, Houston versus Army. The Dollar General Bowl on the 22nd, Buffalo versus our Troy Trojans. Buffalo coming off a 1-point loss yesterday. Hawaii Bowl, Louisiana Tech versus Hawaii in December the 26th, the day after Christmas. The Serve Pro Bowl, Boise State, Boston College. The Quick Lane Bowl, Minnesota versus Georgia Tech, and I don't know who's going to coach Georgia Tech in that game. Cheez-It Bowl, Cal versus TCU.
And Neal, on the 27th of December, the Independence Bowl, Temple versus Duke. New Era Pinstripe Bowl, Pinstripe Bowl, Miami versus Wisconsin. The Texas Bowl, Baylor versus Vandy. December 28th, Music City Bowl, Auburn versus Purdue. You've been to that bowl before.
Been to that one.
Camping World Bowl, Virginia versus Syracuse. The Alamo Bowl, Iowa State versus Washington State. December 29th, Peach Bowl, Florida versus Michigan. The Belt Bowl, South Carolina versus Virginia. Arizona Bowl, Arkansas versus Nevada. Cotton Bowl, Bama versus Oklahoma. Orange Bowl, Clemson versus Notre Dame. And then we got December the 31st, Red Box Bowl, Michigan State versus Oregon. Military Bowl, Cincinnati versus Virginia Tech. Liberty Bowl, Missouri versus Oklahoma State. Holiday Bowl, Northwestern versus Utah. The Gator Bowl, North Carolina State versus Texas A&M. Sun Bowl, Stanford versus Pitt, and you want to do the...
I'll do the New Year's Day Bowl. Outback Bowl, Mississippi State versus Iowa. The Citrus Bowl, Kentucky versus Penn State. The Fiesta Bowl, LSU versus Central Florida. The Rose Bowl, Washington versus Ohio State. And the Sugar Bowl, Texas versus Georgia.
Let me ask you this, Neal, before we go.
All right, we need to get Lowry's Locks in.
Okay, we're going to get Lowry's Locks in, but I know we got 2 grills. One grill right now, and let me tell you, John Armstrong, he's in the league with the Beat Wally's rack.
Yeah.
He knocked a big one down.
Yeah, Witherington's going to put his in.
Yeah, well, if you kill a deer now, put it on there, you might win a grill. We got another grill. Do you want to try to do it for the
bowls?
The bowls?
Let's do that.
But we got to figure out how to, we'll talk later.
I'll do that. We're going to give away another grill for whoever picks the most bowl games correctly. We'll figure it out. Watch on Facebook, and then also next Sunday night. Okay. How'd you do last week?
Lowry's Locks, man. Let me tell you something, dude. Lowry's Locks didn't do too good.
Oh, no.
But I'll tell you what, I went 3 for 3.
You went 3 and 3.
Oh, yeah, 3 and 3.
Not 3 for 3.
So my overall was 47, 28, and 2. I'm going to tell you who I lost. Bama, Oklahoma, and Northwestern.
Yeah.
That's who I lost.
That's right.
But we got.
What's your overall yearly record?
Yeah, it was 47, 28, and 2.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad. No, real good. Real
Enough
good.
to get a boat.
Enough to go get a boat from Troy Bank Trust. That's right. What you got for this coming up?
This coming up, Neal, I meant to tell you, it may have to be some pro games.
No,
there's no college game. Well, we got the Army-Navy game.
Army-Navy Saturday.
But we have no college games, so we're going to have to go back and punt here and see. Probably we'll start doing the pros.
Put them out on Facebook?
Put them out on Facebook.
Okay,
so
I got you.
We'll try that.
Wally, we had some high school action, some really, really good high school action. When we come back, we'll cover those. We'll be right back with a short break.
Wally, what are you doing in that Mustang GT 350 out here at Pike County Ford?
Man, I'm about to buy this sweet ride and hit 231 and put my fuzz buster on there, bro.
Man, you're going to need a fuzz buster in that thing. Is that a 5-speed manual shift?
Yeah, it is. 5-speed like a race car, man.
Sweet ride. Look at the clutch, everything, man. Hey, up to $5,000 more than Kelly Blue Book value on your trade-in. Come see them at Pike County Ford. They're dealing. Wally, what you got there?
Hey, man, I'm fishing for sharks, dude.
Cane pole and wigglers?
Oh, heck yeah, man. When you wear deep south apparel, you look good, you feel good, you can fish good.
Well, I got on deep south.
What you got? I got a big shark. Could be Charles's cousin with a cane pole.
Call Pete Van Horn, Deep South Apparel. Look for him on Facebook. Deep South Apparel. You might catch a shark. Wait a minute. Break it. It broke. The shark broke the hook. We're going to get it next time. Good morning, everybody. This is Neal from Sports Chat with Neal and Wally. It's time for my morning biscuit. I want you to look how big that biscuit is. I'm going to put this butter on that biscuit. Came from the Pig Cafe out on North 3 Notch. Go see Yanni. Get you a real biscuit. Hey, Wally.
Hey,
What you got there?
where'd you get that biscuit at?
This is Pig Cafe on North 3 Notch. Where'd you get that?
Oh, man, 231, one of those big box chain stores out there,
Man,
Neal. They even got a paper straw.
Man, look at the size of that little thing. Look at
Good
it.
gracious.
I'm about to put butter on this. Is 3 times the size of
I
that.
should have gone see Yanni.
Go to the Pig Cafe on North 3 Notch or call them for catering 334-770-0134. Get a real biscuit.
Don't want a wimpy biscuit.
Wally, where you been, man?
Neal, I've been across the street
Good
over
Lord,
there.
what are you going to do with all that?
I was across the street over there. The line was out the door, man. And I saw the UPS store, so I thought I'd come in here and see
Well,
if
I'm
I
glad
can
you
get
came
some
to the
mail.
UPS store.
To the UPS store. Let me help you with that.
Good, look at this, man. Can you help him mail all this?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Good deal.
I'll have
Hey,
it and everything for you.
Grade A customer service at the UPS store. Give them a call today, 566-9470. Don't go across the street. Go to the UPS store for all your copying, printing, and shipping needs.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We don't have any music. Hey, we're running slow on time anyway, short on time anyway. Wally, real quick before we get to the high school, been getting lots of texts, and our producer went online, and we want to, I stand corrected. You got to have 3 years out of high school. You have to be out of high school for 3 years before you're eligible for the NFL draft. And so, yeah, if you're redshirted or what, or not redshirted or whatever, you got to be out of high school for 3 years. So there's that. Well, I was wrong on that.
So can I go pro now?
You can go pro. That's right. You've been out of high school 3 years.
Yeah.
Laverne beats Highland Home 30-12, Wally, down in the hole in Highland Home.
Man, let me tell you, Noah sent me a picture of all the folks that were there. Incredible.
Standing, they said they were all over the place.
Man, unbelievable. But let me tell you a little stats I have. Laverne scored a pair of touchdowns all in the first half on, listen to this now, all on 4th down.
They scored twice on 4th down.
4th down. Incredible. Going to halftime, it was 14-12. Luverne, some stats. Deontay Brantley rushed for 2 TDs and threw a touchdown pass to Edward Thomas. Sattler Wilson had a touchdown run, and they also had a safety. Mr. Demonis Magwood had a safety for Highland Home. On the other end of, had a safety for Luverne. On the other end, Highland Home, Daniel Phillips threw for 3 touchdowns, a couple to Drew Gibson and KJ Hill. Neal's good game.
2 touchdowns. They didn't score for twice.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
It was a good game, but Luverne's going to take it all the way to Auburn to play in the state championship game.
That's
which
right.
is good.
2A state championship.
Congratulate one of our local team,
That's
local
right.
viewing area.
That's right.
Studio 52.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Crenshaw County had a heck of a year in football.
They sure did, man.
And, you know, as good as Brantley has been for all these last 10, 12, 15 years, they were the worst in Crenshaw County this year. Well, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
Real weird?
I guarantee you a little rolling to have them rolling maybe next year or the next, though.
Well, let me tell you, Deontay Brantley, he's going to be our Marco's Pizza winner. So
is that the quarterback? It's Deontay Brantley?
Yes.
All right.
So, Mr. Brantley, we'll get you picture out on Facebook.
Deontay Brantley.
So come to Troy, man. You got to come to Troy anyway.
Got to come to Troy to pick it up. Marco's Pizza, one large topping free. Player of the week, sports chat with Neal and Wally. Deontay Brantley, great job, and they're going to play next week in Auburn for the state championship. It was great to see pictures on Facebook of Coach Glenn Daniel.
Oh, yeah.
At the game and talking to head coach Scott
Riles. Happy birthday to him today, is it today?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
94 years old.
Yeah, 93.
93. What a good guy.
93. My wife went over to Laverne to see him today.
And then, Neal, we had Providence playing Flomaton.
Yeah, Flomaton beat them 34-33.
Unbelievable. Check this out. Providence was leading 33-26 with 5 minutes left. Flomaton, Gordon ran for 1 yard. No, they came back and had an 84-yard touchdown to Delonte Odom. And I probably got it.
I think Providence scored with 6 minutes. A 1 yard run.
Yeah, 1 yard run with 6 minutes.
And then when Flomaton got the ball back, they threw an 84-yard touchdown pass on third and 15.
Yeah, on a tip ball.
On a tip ball. And won it. And then at the very end, I think I read that Providence got the ball back and went down and tried a 28-yard field goal for the win, and Flomaton blocked it.
Yeah, Bulldog Johnny said
they blocked it. Sure did.
Unbelievable.
So Kenny Keith, the head coach down at Providence, a Troy native, great seasons. They had over 20 seniors, and man, that's just awesome that they pulled that off. And Viger beat Greenville, 38-16.
That in Greenville. And,
I didn't see that.
It's hard to beat Greenville in Greenville.
I guess that Mobile region down there was just really, really tough.
Oh yeah, because my gracious dude, they got them. And I know we got the information on the Super 7.
Yeah, let's do
let's talk a little bit.
Let's do the roll call of high school scores real quick, though, first. Laverne 30, Highland Home 12, Flomaton 34, Providence 33, Linden 16, Maplesville 8, Piedmont 26, Randolph County 21, Deschler 35, Aniana 20, Saraland 22, Wetumpka 21. What a game that was.
Yeah, Viger 38, Greenville 16, Mars Hill 20, Pickens County 12, 549, Aliceville 8, UMS Wright 24, Andalusia 3. Central Clay 20, Mortimer Jordan 17, Pinson Valley 28, Clay Chartwell 20.
State championships.
State championships, baby.
Wednesday, December the 5th, 7A matchup. 7 p.m. Central Phoenix City versus Thompson in Auburn, Alabama. Thursday, December the 6th, 1A, Mars Hill versus Linden at 3 p.m. 3A, Flomaton versus Piedmont at 11 a.m. And the 5A at 7 p.m. on Thursday, the 6th, Central Clay versus Viger. And what we got on Friday, Wally?
Friday, 11 a.m., UMS Wright, which is 13-0, is going to play Deschler, which is 9-5.
Maybe they peaked at the right time.
Yeah, I'm telling you. 3 p.m., you can go watch Fife, which is 14-0 against our locals here versus Luverne, which is 13-1.
That's the 2A.
2A, and then the 6A at 7 p.m., which should be a great contest. Pinson Valley, trying to repeat, Neal.
Saraland.
Playing Saraland, 13-1, that we beat Wetumpka, which everybody and their brother had.
Wetumpka. Yes, they did.
Was going to beat them. Incredible.
Yep, and speaking of beating, the Beat Wally Facebook contest, Gary Bullman and Scott Ross were both 5-1. But Gary Bullman had 38 total. Scott Ross had a 58, and 38 was much closer. Gary Bullman, you're our Marco's Pizza winner. One topping large Marco's Pizza goes to Gary Bullman for the Facebook contest winner.
Gary lives in Gulf Shores. So.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how he's going to get his pizza.
Yeah,
good job, Gary.
I'll text Gary and see. Good old Gary went to college with us.
Yeah.
Remember the old Sigma Chi? Him and Eddie Billings.
We'll take our last break of the night. We'll come back and wrap this thing up. We'll be right back.
What you got, man?
Man,
What's wrong with this thing?
I done wrecked my kayak, man.
What'd you do? Run into a weather buoy out there?
Yeah, I ran into one of those
Out in the
weather
Gulf?
buoys. Yeah, sure did, man.
Unbelievable, man. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about all this?
I don't know,
We're
man.
cracked up.
I got to go
Hey,
to see
man,
that
you have
lady.
any insurance?
Ma'am?
Insurance?
I don't have any
He
insurance.
should have went to Crease Insurance Agency out on 231 and got him some insurance. Now he's got to pay cash money for this kayak, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does.
Listen to the beach worker right here. He's got to pay cash for his kayaks. Visit Mike Crease, the Crease Agency, the only insurance agent you'll ever need.
Dadgummit. Man.
What's going on, Wally? What's wrong with that thing?
Oh, Neal, Dad, my gum, man. I can't cut grass. I can't have nothing anymore.
Is it broke? I mean,
I don't know.
What I
I
chopped it all up over there.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. What I should have done was called Blake Turner with Turner Mowing at 334-465-0600, and I wouldn't be in this predicament
Look
right
at
here.
this. Best rates in town. Call Blake Turner. He'll give you a low quote. He'll give you the best job. Man, you got a real estate connection, man.
Can't believe this.
Deals going on, man. You got the calls up. What are you doing, man? Monopoly man. They don't play games up here in Alabama Real Estate Connection. Get out of here, man. Don't you
You got to get out of jail free card?
You got to call Toby and Dina Adams right here, 566-4765, the Alabama Real Estate Connection. They don't play games up here. They're dealing.
Hey, Neal, man, need some help, man. I watched Point Break last night with Patrick Swayze.
What happened? Here comes the lifeguard.
Same guys, yesterday you already wrecked my kayak and got an insurance
Are
right
you
now.
okay?
Man, I think I pulled
Pulled your leg
my
muscle?
leg muscle.
You're going to have to go to Health Action to get that worked out with physical therapy. Give them a call, 670-5435. Health Action's in front of Hook's Barbecue. Man, I hope you're okay.
I hope so.
I like that one now. Oh, that's Van Halen, man. Heck yeah. Ain't talking about love. Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about some basketball.
Let's talk about some basketball.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Basketball.
basketball's cranked up all throughout the region. And, hey, you know, a little tidbit. I was the intramural free throw champion 2002 at Troy University.
Word.
I think I made like 43 in a row. Intramural free throw champion.
All I can remember about you playing basketball was in the neighborhood, and you got mad and took the ball and left. Me, Mark Jeffco, Scott Ross,
Y'all always wanted to play with my ball.
Patrick Edwards. Yeah, Neal lose, taking the ball. We just said, well, all we have are rocks.
Nah.
Yeah, nah. All jokes aside, man, Neil Armstrong could play some daggone basketball.
Now, I don't know about that now.
Good gracious. Hey, well, speaking of basketball and Charles Henderson, hey, I went to the game Friday night.
They
Incredible.
played you fall?
I just told Neil in break, I said, it's the first time in a long time that I didn't even have a seat. It was
They
standing
said it was
room only.
packed, and Mike Amos had it
He
live.
had
on
a live
Channel 2.
broadcasting, and me and Jane Sparrow, my son Blake, we sat there on the side and watched. It was a great game.
Yep.
Saw the girls play first.
They're undefeated, aren't they?
They're undefeated. They were struggling there in the beginning, but the last quarter
They put it to
they
them.
put it to them.
Yeah.
But anyway, Charles Henderson boys coming off up and down week wins over Luverne and Barber County. But a tough loss home. You followed. They lost 76-64. But I tell you, man, Charles Henderson, they were leading a lot of that game.
Were they?
Man, they were just burning them, buddy.
Really?
Threes. Oh yeah.
Good,
Beautiful.
good.
But anyway, we have Enterprise this Tuesday night at home, Dothan Thursday night, and Andalusia on the road Friday. This week, girls are still undefeated, and they play all the same games. So that's our Charles Henderson update.
Yep, and also Pike Lib, they lost one game. But hey, they got Lee Scott right here at Pike Lib's gym this Tuesday. So be there if you can. And also Goshen beat Houston County 54-52 earlier this season, and they play Calhoun at home Monday night, and then Ayrton away Thursday, and Laverne away on Friday. So everybody's getting really cranked up this week.
They are. Hey, Pike County, they have Carroll Monday at home, and then they're at Verbena Thursday night, and Highland home next Friday night.
Next Friday night. Hey, Zion Chapel, they're hitting the hardwood as well as everybody's finished with football, moving on towards the hardwood. Zion Chapel hosts Highland home on Monday. That's tomorrow night. And then they're on the road to GW Long next Friday night. Also, the Brantley Bulldogs are hitting the hardwood, and they go to Opp tomorrow night to play the Opp Bobcat. And you know what? I hope Opp plays basketball better than they play football.
If not, they're gonna have
Well, I heard all the basketball players quit football early this year, so maybe Opp will be okay in basketball. But anyway, Brantley goes there tomorrow night, so I'll have to be watching the score for the Brantley Opp game tomorrow night. Enterprise, they started the season red hot with 5 wins already. They come to Troy this week to play Charles Henderson, and then they host Carroll of Ozark, the Eagles, Friday night. So watch for Enterprise. They look like they're off to a hot start.
Yeah, and Carroll of Ozark, they go on the road, Neal, to Dothan tomorrow night, and Pike County Tuesday night. Then they host Enterprise Friday night, and then Elba opens up the schedule at Opp this coming up Saturday. Ayrton has beaten Brantley and Zion Chapel earlier this year, and they have to go to Providence Tuesday and then host Goshen Thursday. So that's our weekly basketball.
And I told Coach Branson, the Charles Henderson High School basketball coach, that we will mention the junior high tournament coming up.
Yeah, we're going to try to get that thing.
Some of it live, and there's 12 teams in this tournament. And some of the games are going to be played at the high school, and some are going to be played at the middle school. And if you can get out and support, that'd be awesome. It's the 15th, I think.
I know, and I think you're going to be at the bowl game.
Yeah, I got to work the Camellia Bowl.
So I think Mr. Sparrow may help me.
Y'all going to do the championship game?
Championship game.
Good. That needs to be on. And but that's great. You know, he's getting the breeding, the next generation of Charles Henderson basketball players. I think that's awesome to get those younger guys, the junior highs, a big tournament like that, and get them some exposure and get the community involved. I think Doug is doing a great thing for Charles Henderson sports there. But we're going to follow high school basketball and probably going to give away some Marco's pizzas to people that have some gaudy numbers.
Yep.
And score bunches of points, or has a bunch of steals, or grabs 15 rebounds in a game, or blocks 7 shots in a game. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes.
What's the triple Indy? What's that thing they get?
No, the triple double. Triple Indy's some type of dive, ain't it?
Oh, okay. I thought it was triple.
Or is that some gymnastic thing, triple Indy? No, that's a figure skating. Remember you do the figure skate?
I'm gonna try to get in the Olympics one day.
Can you ice skate?
I think I can.
You think you can?
Yeah.
Have you ever ice skated?
No, but I can do it probably.
Ice skating's I'm gonna tell you what now.
How you do cross skates and you go skating?
It ain't like roller skating at the Hilton.
A little twirly thing?
It ain't like roller skating down at Hilton skating ring.
Yeah, I did that on my skates.
Me and you had birthday parties at the Hilton skating ring.
I can skate.
I'm telling you, man, it ain't nothing like. And I've seen you attempt to snow ski.
I can snow ski pretty good. Let me tell you, this clown here sends me to dadgum snow skiing school and puts hockey stuff all over me. I didn't know anything better.
No, it's a joke, man.
And I get to hockey school and the instructor says,
you get to ski school.
I go to ski school and the instructor on microphone says, hey, Kresge. And everybody starts laughing.
I take Wally to Colorado and I send him to ski school. And the night before we send him to ski school, me and my brother-in-law, he's a huge hockey player out there in Denver. My ex-brother-in-law, he's a huge hockey player out in Colorado, and he says, Neal, let's put these hockey gloves on Wally when he goes to ski school in the morning. Wally don't know no better. That son gun shows up at ski school, got pads all the way up to his elbow, just all types of pads. And the instructor said, what's up, Gretzky?
What's up, Gretzky? All the kids laughing. It was a 40-year-old, and the rest of the kids were like 8, 9-year-old. I felt like a goober, man.
Anyway, we spent the rest of the day on the bunny slopes that day.
Yeah.
And
anyway, where we go? Talk NFL.
NFL. Well, let's do college basketball rankings. Gonzaga's ranked number 1, Kansas ranked number 2, Duke's ranked number 3, Virginia 4, Nevada 5, Tennessee 6, Michigan 7, Auburn 8, Michigan 9, and Michigan State 9, and Kentucky 10. That's 3 SEC teams in the top 10. I like it a lot.
Hey, if anybody
what about Nevada? You know they point shaving and all types of stuff on that, Yeah,
you got to. Hey, any of the viewing audience out there, if you got a Auburn, Kentucky ticket, Facebook me, text me. I need to talk to you.
Yeah. Blake wants to go. NFL. The AFC East, New England's 8-3, Miami 6-6. The AFC North, Pittsburgh 7-3, Baltimore 7-5. The AFC South, Houston 9-3, And that's 9 in a row for Houston, by the way.
Unbelievable.
Indianapolis 6-6. AFC West, Kansas City's 9-2, and the Chargers are 8-3.
Going to the NFC, Dallas 7-5, Washington 6-5, Chicago 8-4, Minnesota 6-4, New Orleans 10-2, just got stomped the other night. Carolina 6-6, LA Rams 11-1, Seattle 6-5.
Tonight, the Chargers play at Pittsburgh tonight, Sunday night.
So, yeah, my bad. I'm thinking
And tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, Washington is at Philadelphia to take on the champs. Philadelphia ain't acting like the champs, though.
Yeah.
Hey, we appreciate you checking in.
Tomorrow night.
At the parade, 7 o'clock.
If we win, I'm going to wear it next week. If we win, I'm wearing our stuff next week on set.
Thank you for being here. See you next week.